Nightlife and MacArthur make some time for Cowboy Boy.
You have to carry the podcast today because I'm still hungover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got very drunk last night.
I just got normal drunk. Normal Mac drunk where I drink until I throw up and then go pass out.
You do. That is how you do it.
And you didn't. You were a bad drunk mate by letting me pass out without chugging. I drank all my Pedialyte and water. my 2 parts Pedialyte, 2 parts water, 50-50 blend to keep myself from being hungover. But I threw that up.
Oh no!
And then I went and fell asleep. So I woke up and my tummy hurt.
Oh.
And I'm not being brave about it. I'm like,
Dude, what time did you wake up?
Like 6 a.m.
It's so funny because you're like, I'm gonna get drunk so I can go to sleep, and I was like, well, get buzzed and go to sleep.
It doesn't work like that.
But then you got fucking smashed.
I was just going to get buzzed, but then Mike and Diego asked me to do their podcast, a Little Time podcast.
Yes.
I'll bleep that out so it doesn't.
Yeah. We can't get no free ads unless they want to pay.
And so I had to drink on their podcast because they peer pressured me. They asked me to. And so then we watched. Then we drunk watched. I don't know what the name of it is. Steve Martin and Martin Short on Netflix.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called either, but it's very good.
It was very delightful. It was very because. Half the time we're like, this stand-up stinks. This is all. We're just going through everything. Like, oh, I've seen it, boring, old. And then I'm like, what? This? Because I went into it being like, come on, it's gonna be too old. Like, they're old
70s.
They're both like 70 something, and it's gonna be like, yeah, what are they gonna talk about? But they came out swinging, just roasting each other for like 20 minutes straight, and I was so happy.
Steve Martin played incredibly high level bluegrass. I was like, this show has everything. He does one song. And also good for him for not being like, oh, doing a whole bunch of stuff. He just did one song, nothing crazy. Him and Martin Short did a really good bit where Martin Short was a mannequin or a dummy. What is it called when you have like a little guy, a puppet? But like, what's that called? He was doing ventriloquism, fake ventriloquism.
I missed that.
Dude, that bit was great. I
was throwing up.
I was wondering what you went to do.
What do you mean?
I don't know, because you kept getting up and doing stuff, but you weren't throwing up yet, and then you went and threw up.
I kept getting up and doing stuff.
Yeah, you were like, you were so drunk, dude. Do you remember?
No.
Okay.
That's how good the special was.
That's crazy.
I was like, I remember this. This is good.
And you were losing it for Martin Short. You were screaming.
Was I?
Yeah, you were screaming for Martin Short.
Martin Short he was so funny. Steve Martin, I could take him or leave him.
Really?
It's like he's been doing the same thing. Like, am I doing a joke? It's that non-committal. That absurdist comedy where it almost feels like that it might be very hard to do, but I don't like it. I don't like your attitude when they're like,
I agree with you because so many comics now do it so badly, but Steve Martin invented it.
Yeah, so
he gets the pass from me because I'm like, no, you're the guy. You did this, you.
That's why I don't hate him. I enjoy his stuff, but I'm just like, I see what you're doing.
Nothing makes me more mad than a modern comedian who's like unimpressed by comedy and doing it. Yeah, you're a real cool guy up there.
Oh,
do you hold the microphone like this at the very bottom and talk casually like you don't even care about what's going on? Hey, fuck you. Would you care if I punched you in the fucking face, you hipster dork?
But that's not Steve Martin.
It's not Steve Martin, but that's the level they take it to. That's like where it's at. You know, I don't even care that I'm doing comedy. Am I doing jokes? Am I not? Well, no, it's the evolution of that is where it's at. It's kind of the Marc Maron thing. I don't like Marc Maron.
I do, now that you say you don't.
Yeah.
Now I love him.
Yeah, I know you do. What's your favorite Marc Maron joke?
The one where he complains about something.
Dude, my favorite Marc Maron joke is when he let Obama say the N-word on his podcast.
What?
And then everyone got mad at Obama, a black man, for saying the N-word. And I was like, what?
He said the N-word?
Obama did, not Marc Maron.
No, I know.
Oh, okay. It would be so funny if Marc Maron said the N-word to Obama.
What was the context?
I think Obama was like just talking about race and growing up black and like people's using it. Like calling him the N-word, I think.
Like
I don't know.
Like
I didn't.
White people?
Yeah, I actually listened to that podcast because I was so curious about what it was going to be like. It was boring. I can't remember exactly what but Obama used it in the context of like, this is what someone else is saying or doing. Like it made perfect sense. He wasn't just like, yo, what's up, Marc Maron? Like it said it, you know?
If Obama was on our podcast, I would ask him.
I would be like, you have to say it.
No, I would ask him for permission.
Oh, you would ask him for permission to say it?
Can I feel like if I got permission from him and like I show people a video, they could never be mad at me.
If we had Joe Biden on the podcast, I would also ask him for permission to say the N-word. Hey, Joe, is it cool?
Well, it's funny if I get the N-word pass from Obama, conservative people would have they'd be like, you're not allowed to say that.
Yeah,
like,
they would. It's so funny how they would do that to you. Oh, man. Yeah, dude. Asking Obama, I wonder how he'd react. He'd probably be like, no, like immediately.
That'd be fair.
It would be fair.
But you have to ask. He obviously 99.9% would be like, no. What do you?
If you.
But what if?
Yeah, I was gonna say if you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
What if he was just like, you know what? I don't care anymore. I bombed weddings. What's this one little presidential thing?
Oh fuck, dude! Is that an original Livestrong bracelet?
You finally noticed.
Yeah, I did. Are you living strong?
I've been wearing this for like the past 30 episodes.
Dude, have you? I've never noticed till just now.
It's the yellow Lance Armstrong Livestrong bracelet. Thank you for noticing.
You're welcome.
You like it?
Yeah.
It says Livestrong on him.
I do see it's an original. It's kind of sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of want to pair it with like a Coney 2012 shirt.
Oh,
but
okay.
I don't respect Coney 2012. I do think
I don't either.
No, but I'm like I don't respect the idea behind it, the like all of it. Livestrong, I'm like, no one's wearing this, and I love Lance Armstrong.
Yeah,
Lance Armstrong is an American hero. There's no scandal, if you ask me.
I'm pretty sure.
I was looking up because that was I think our roommates who will go unnamed. They were watching the Tour de France thing on Netflix. I think Tour de France is going on. But we were looking up stats, and they've completely wiped him from all the record history books, everything. Mm-hmm. Like, if you go back to, like, who won the Tour de France in 2007? It'll be like, Jeff. Don't look into it. They didn't even give him, like, a cool asterisk. They didn't do, like, a Barry Bonds, like, hey, he won. He didn't really win, but he won.
Yeah.
Where they kind of changed it all up.
Dude, I think, I don't know. Everyone was so mad at him.
Yeah, was that fake? I don't know. Look up what was happening that week in politics that they made the big Lance Armstrong thing such a debacle. Because he had a great argument. He's like, yeah, the top 20 like guys were cheating.
Yeah.
So what do you want me to not win? If the top 20 guys you're competing against are also all cheating and you beat them 7 years in a row,
that's incredible.
You're the best.
Here's my thing. Why don't you take steroids and win the Tour de France 7 times? Let me know how that goes for you, you fucking losers. Also, I don't even know did he take steroids? Like, what steroids did he even take? Now that we know so much about steroids and they're like a thing people talk about, it's like he's not on tren.
I think he was blood doping.
Oh, okay. So he's oxygenating his blood so he could breathe better?
He's probably putting like shark blood in.
Yeah. He's injecting himself with baboon blood, dude.
Just experimental shark baboon blood.
Yeah,
to
dude.
make him just.
Oh, fuck. So I thought Coney was dead. I was wrong.
We still haven't got him?
So
we were supposed to get him in 2012.
Here's what apparently happened. Coney did the Lord's Resistance Army, and he had child soldiers.
Okay.
Because if you're fighting for Christ, he doesn't discriminate against age.
I don't want to. I don't want to speak on their culture.
Oh, so we're gonna be ableistic kids, like they can't fight wars?
Yeah.
So they're not good enough, huh? They're not. Oh, anyway, yeah, ageism.
I think when it comes to real war, like for your country, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, you're 14, you can hold a gun.
Yeah.
When it comes to real.
It's like Stalingrad.
Like we have to go to war or we don't exist anymore. Not all these fake wars America comes up with. Like I don't know, we want to go collect some gems and stuff. I don't know, whatever. We don't like this guy.
Yeah.
They're like, let's go just send some robots over. But like a real war, you're gonna have child soldiers.
Yeah, I agree with that. You know, if you're gonna fight like a total war, culture against culture to the death, then yeah. But anyway, Coney had the Lord's Resistance Army.
Would you rather have child soldiers or lady soldiers? You have a squad.
Oh, okay. A squad? I don't know. Probably grown women?
Yeah.
Are these women American?
What does that have to do with it?
It matters.
Oh.
What kind of women are these?
They're Peruvians.
I'd rather have the women.
Yeah, the Peruvian women.
Yeah, 100%.
Peruvian women are. Have you seen them box?
Yeah.
They box each other?
Yeah, I saw those. They fucking go hands, dude. No air pulling. Left hooks only. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's the thing. That was Germany versus Russia. Germany went child soldiers at the end of the war to defend Germany when they were losing, and they lost. Russia, when they were losing the war and they were fighting in Stalingrad stuff, they went female infantry and they won.
So you think that improved morale?
I don't know.
Little.
They also had a lot of female fighter pilots. They let women do all combat jobs except for being in tanks, I think.
Yeah,
because there's like a physical, like you have to be a certain amount of literally strong to do it.
I was going to say, you can't see what's going on inside of a tank.
Yeah, no, dude.
You know you're getting tank head.
Yeah, dude.
In a tank. Like, come on. In normal war, everyone's out in the open like, hey, cut it out.
I think Russians were doing all-female units, or the units that were mixed were still all-female squads. Like, they tried to separate them in certain ways so that they didn't have to deal with the logistics of like how men and women are going to interact. Like they had an all-female fighter squadron called the Night Witches, and they were pretty fucking sick. And they used to fly really low with airplanes, and then they would turn their engines off and glide so the Germans couldn't hear them, and they would drop bombs on their positions, and the Germans called them the Night Witches, which is fucking sick. So if you were in an all-female tank crew, I don't think on average you would be able to have the amount of food they would eat and like how like taxing it would be on you. I just don't think they could physically do it. Everyone's going to be like, ugh, but like, come on, let's be realistic. You're fighting the Nazis and you have to win.
Let's be realistic. Bad drivers. The women are they're not as good. They're probably excellent flyers.
One of the highest scoring snipers in the war was a woman, and then
that
woman
has nothing to do with driving.
No, it doesn't. No, that's what I'm saying. Like they can do a lot of stuff, but hey, would you trade being a sniper for us saying you can't drive? Also, that sniper fingered Eleanor Roosevelt.
What?
Yeah,
you can't just make shit up.
I didn't make that up. Firstly, I can make anything up I want.
You can't.
Secondly, no. That female sniper, she came to the United States to help promote the war. The United States government was like, look, Russia's letting their women fight. That's how bad it is over there. They brought her over, and they're like, this woman killed all these Nazis, and she went on tour to help raise money for U.S. war bonds. Okay. Eleanor Roosevelt was her friend. Eleanor Roosevelt, a well-known lesbian or bisexual, and they used to hang out. Yes. Absolutely, yes.
Oh, I'm thinking Nancy Reagan was.
Yeah, you're thinking of Nancy Reagan. Nancy Reagan was straight as fuck.
She was the throat goat.
Yeah, she was the throat goat.
And so Eleanor Roosevelt was a lesbian?
Yeah. And her husband didn't have a penis that worked. So she was just sucking in fucking ladies, dude. Anyway, she hooked up with the fucking Russian lady. She got finger blasted by her huge gnarled sniper hands.
And according to whose account?
Mine. Right now, to you.
Did you make it up or did you read
I'm not making it up, but I also can't be certain. But I mean, listen, I'm inferring through a lot of... This is the thing...
Because look, 1932, Eleanor Roosevelt alleged lesbian affair.
There you go.
Which one? A lesbian affair? That's not real. If you're married to a man,
it's a little experiment.
If you're a lesbian couple and you cheat on your wife with another woman,
that's a lesbian affair.
That's bad. That's a lesbian affair.
Evil.
But if you're a woman and you quote unquote cheat on your man with a woman, no, you didn't. You cheated. The only way they would be cheating is if you didn't let him watch.
Oh,
that would be like
that'd be
if my wife
up.
was just like, I slept with a woman. I'm like, what the fuck? You didn't? I wasn't there.
I don't have to be involved. I just want to hang out.
I'll never forgive you. You're the worst wife ever.
I would let her do it, but I have to be able to watch on the monitors like the Impractical Jokers.
Oh,
jack off. Yeah. Now, finger
surrogate.
her pussy, and I'm losing my mind in the back.
That would be fun.
Yeah, dude, that would be sick.
Like she puts on VR goggles and you're her eye. No way. You put on the VR goggles and she has a camera.
Yeah. She has one of those glasses, a little spy cam in the middle.
Interesting.
So anyway, Coney.
Yeah.
He has a child soldiers and he's fighting the war for God or whatever because he's the Christian Soldiers Army. Or I don't know, Resistance Army, whatever. And so that dude here in the United States, some liberal fucking idiot, of course, was like, we should do something about this. And it's like, kill him, kill the warlord, because that's the only way to stop warlords.
Yeah.
No, we're going to raise money to do ? I don't even know
TBA, to be announced.
Yeah, to be announced. So they raised a crazy amount of money, had all these concerts. Hey, child soldiers, isn't it terrifying? It's so bad. They raised all that money. He took a lot of it for himself, and or the organization lost a bunch of it. And then he was in San Diego and he got arrested for being fully nude and jacking off in public on the street.
Video of it.
Yeah, it was a really cool video. You should look it up. And then nothing. Nothing came about. I don't know that they helped anybody. But anyway, and this is, I don't know this for sure, but
You're not positive on this. You
I'm
are
not
positive on
Eleanor Roosevelt. I am positive on that one. But anyway, apparently a Russian military group, like a bunch of mercenaries, not Wagner, for those of you wondering, but they were like, fuck you guys, we'll kill this guy. And they went to hunt him down, and then he fled the country. So he is still living and hiding, but apparently he's best friends with the president of Somalia or something, and still gives orders to the Lord's Resistance Army from exile. But yeah, a bunch of Russian mercenaries came to kill him, and he was like, Jesus Christ, and he bailed out.
He just ran away?
He just ran away like to another country and like hides out Osama bin Laden style.
So it's like a bunch of tanks and soldiers roll up, and he's like, oh.
Not even tanks and soldiers, just like a bunch of dudes with rifles who know what they're doing, like showed up to the jungle to kill him, and he's like, oh, fuck this.
It's funny, just be like, I'm leaving. I'm out of here.
Yeah. This is
just be like, where is he? We're here to kill a guy. What? He left?
Shit. God damn it. Yeah, dude. So
shot first.
It's so funny because it's like, oh, that was all you had to do the whole time was just try to shoot him. Yeah, no shit.
What do you mean that's not? He got away.
Well, but still,
we should do more fundraising.
Yeah, we gotta do more fundraising to find him and kill him, dude. Oh man. Anyway,
what are some other fads? So we got the Coney 2012.
Do you remember the whistles? That was back when the child soldier thing, everyone was really mad about it.
I still see whistles hanging on around. I don't know about it.
Do you remember that? This was, they used to sell them at like Tom's. Remember the Tom's store? When they were like, every shoe you buy, we send a shoe to Africa. We were so concerned with Africa for like 3 years.
I don't think anyone cares about Africa anymore now that China is building it up.
Well, China and Russia.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's like, well, yeah, they're all interested in that part of the world, and they hate us because of everything we did.
I have heard.
Uh-oh.
I don't know how prevalent this is, but I have seen some people being like, I don't know what the word for it would be, so I guess I'm going to use, there's a lot of Chinese colonizer kind of dudes who will go to Africa, set up like the infrastructure because they're investing. China's investing tons in Africa.
Yeah, they built a bunch of high-speed rail and all kinds of other stuff.
Just so 20 years later they could be like, "Hey, remember we did all those nice things for you? Give us all your materials in return." Like they're just loaning out.
Well, they're trading. They're doing it so that if you build their ideas, the rising tide will raise all ships. So they do all this nice stuff for them, and then they owe them. And then at the end, when they're like, "Hey, we have a bunch of zinc and copper and all these other raw materials you need," and then China's like, "Trade with us, not the United States."
But I think Africa will be cool. They'll be like, "Come on, we're the United States. We're what? You don't want to trade with us? We'll kill you."
Yeah.
But I'm seeing a lot of people being like, "There's a lot of Chinese guys coming over, getting our ladies pregnant, and leaving."
Oh yeah, of course.
It is like, shit. That's why I said colonizer.
Yeah. Well, is it colonizing? I don't
know what the term is.
Yeah, I don't know. Everyone uses that term to refer to white people. I don't know what it is when anyone else does it in their mind.
Chinese people are white.
Yeah,
they're not black or Mexican. There's only where do they fall in the race spectrum?
In the world or in America?
I think when it comes to woke politics, Asian people are white.
I mean, no, because everyone's worried about because hate crimes against Asians increased like 4 times or something over the last 2 years.
That was like because of COVID, right?
Yeah, it was because of Donald Trump and COVID.
Whoa. Not Donald Trump had nothing to do with it.
I don't think that's true. He was stoking a lot of anti-Chinese sentiment in people, I think. I think the people who don't like Chinese people were like, "Hey, Lee said it. We're allowed now." Like
China. I can't even do
China.
I think it's died down. I think it's like how everyone was hate criming Muslim people after 9/11.
Yeah. And now they're teaming up.
Now Muslims and Christians
Dude,
are like.
I saw another thing. People in Texas were doing like a there was an anti-gay rally.
You saw this in person?
Yes. I saw this in person, and it was Islam and Christians united against gays.
I've been warning you.
Dude, it was a big thing, too. They were all there, and I was like, oh, fuck. They're figuring it out.
There was a pride thing in New York where they were chanting, "We're here, we're queer, we're coming for your children."
What?
Yeah. And I was like, that's crazy. And Diego's like, I think they're joking. And I'm like, even if they are... It seems like you're because I could see how they would be like, yeah, we are here. We are going to teach your kids about like LGBT stuff.
Yeah,
but to like say it, then
that doesn't fit to chant very well.
Yeah, no. But then you're just like, oh, so you're just even if it's a joke, you're being like, yeah, we are going to corrupt your children to the right wing psychopaths who are like, see, they're doing it. They admit it.
Yeah, you can't do that. They're insane, and you have no guns.
That is true.
Yeah, dude. That's my thing is you know what it reminds me of? That guy who was like, what are you going to do? Stab me? And then he gets stabbed. You're like, hey, man, you really can't do this unless you're going to be willing to fucking shoot back at these people.
What happened?
Oh, with Coney? Or
with what you saw?
Oh, nothing. They were just like all together
just
doing
a bunch of Muslims and Christians hanging out?
Yeah, the League of Muslims and Christians Against Gay People. They were just like teaming up.
Was that the official name?
No, it was like Muslims and Christians against gays or whatever. And then they had the big sign that said protect traditional families or something.
Yeah, a traditional family. A man...
and his several wives. His several wives and his concubine.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah.
How was Texas?
Texas was fucking sick, dude. Amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Any Texas street fights?
Yes.
Yeah?
There was.
You got to see one live? Did you see the guy?
I didn't see the guy. Mike and I looked for the Texas street fights guy. We didn't see him.
I wonder what he looks like.
I wonder what he looks like too.
I would like to see his gear and everything.
The Nightcrawler, the real life Nightcrawler.
Can you talk about any of it or
not really? I mean, there's nothing to say. 6th Street is in Austin is like just a fucking shit show. Literally, we were walking and we were just consistently seeing couples screaming at each other, people being very physical with each other. Like it was like, oh yeah, this is a nightmare. Nightlife is awful. Like if you're the type of person who likes to go out, I don't know what your deal is, but good for you, I guess. It's the war. It literally is the worst thing I can think of. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just never going to be a person who wants to go out. That's fucking awful.
What if, because when everyone's drunk, and what is it? The vibe is just violence or?
No, it's just drunk. The vibe is just drunk.
What about my vibe, my drunk vibe?
There's some of that, but like it's mixed in with like really. I think what makes the violence happen is like confrontation between men and women. It's just like couples arguing, girls and guys being unfaithful, people like just because it's emotion. Emotion is what makes people fight. And what's more emotional than liking a woman or liking a man?
Two guys liking each other.
No, that's emotional, but it's like deep and pure.
You can't do it's not a drunk thing.
It's not a drunk thing, dude. When you get drunk and you love another man, there's nothing more pure than that, dude. That's the purest love that exists on Earth. I was going to say,
it's so pure, it might be the most violent form of love. Just like two bears wrestling in the woods.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. So many. There's just like we were walking and there were literally 2 separate couples where the woman was like, no, listen, please. And she's grabbing his shirt and like ripping his shirt as he's trying to get away from her. And they're like, you know, that argument. And then there was another one. And then we saw 2 more where it was the argument where it was a woman walking and the guy was like, babe, come on. And she's like, no, because, well, dude, this is a real thing I heard out loud. This guy's trying to get this woman to stop walking away from him. And she's like doing her power walk and her heels away. And he's like, please, what's wrong? And she's like, because I'm your wife and you talking about I'm ugly. I was like, damn, dude, he called her ugly.
Was she ugly?
Yeah, she was. There's so...
How ugly was she?
Like she could never catch me slipping.
Like
a 3.
If I was as drunk as I was last night,
you would not have.
Oh, I feel like my drunk vision. I still feel like I know what I want.
Yeah, no, I think you're pretty solid. I think you're pretty locked into your. I think you at your core, you can't betray your core even at your drunkest.
Well, no, that's at your drunkest, your core comes out.
Oh, you believe that?
You expose your core.
That's my thing where
core takes over.
I hate drinking so much that I'm almost afraid to see people I really care about or respect get drunk, because if they behave badly, it will change my opinion of them forever.
Because it's
a lot of people are like, give grace to people who get drunk, and I'm the opposite. When you get drunk, it actually is like a thing where I'm like, if you behave that way, that's the real you, and I'll always hold you accountable for how you acted. And so like when people get really drunk and they're like mean or like aggressive or like whatever, I'm like, oh, I'm going to hold you accountable for the rest of your life for how you behaved.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, that's how you really are.
Yeah, yeah.
How much?
That's like you and your deepest.
How much does my stock go up when I get drunk?
Dude, your stock goes up incredibly.
Dude, I saw
you get really drunk for the first time, and I was like, I'm gonna be Mac's friend till he dies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, you're a real one. Yeah, dude, a long time ago when we were first friends.
I wish I could drink more. I'm still, because it was late. I don't know. I guess it was super late last night, and then this morning. I'm just like, I had a headache. I had a bad headache. I pounded Tylenol, Advil. That went away after I took a nap. And then I still wake up. I'm still like, what time is it? It's 5, 6. So it's been like 12 hours since I woke up. My stomach still hurts.
Jesus.
It's not like it's.
Did you eat?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, you probably need to eat.
I had 2 racks of saltine crackers.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
I had a super burrito. Yeah, just trying to soak up whatever. But I would drink all the time, but I do get super hangovers. And I don't know how. If you have real hangover cures, or like preventative medicine. And that's the thing is,
how do you as a Latin person not have some crazy, like, if you blend chicken feet and put it in with this herb and pray to this saint, you'll get rid of your hangover?
My parents were Mormon. My mom.
Oh, you're right. I was like, every Mexican person I've ever known has been Catholic.
Yeah.
I was like, I've dated Mexican girls, so they always have like the craziest hangover cures that make they're like spray Windex into a shot of tequila and drink it.
What would be, because I have the best drunk outcome. I'm just happy and fun and whatever.
Yes.
Would it be worse if I was violent Mac drunk or sad Latino Mac?
You are happy and jovial, but I think you have the capacity to be sad when you're drunk.
I don't think I do.
I've seen you not be sad, but be like emotional, like be like, like very serious and like.
I can be emotional and like empathetic, but I don't think I could cry while like being like sad. I feel like I could see. I think something beautiful would make me cry. And I'm like,
yeah.
Wow, God is real.
Yeah.
But I don't think my feelings could get hurt. I don't think it's like crying at a funeral kind of thing. I wouldn't be that. I don't know.
True. I wonder if I could hurt your feelings while you were drunk, because you are a deep reservoir of feeling. I feel like your autism is like this layer of steel, or like you're like a castle, and then inside the castle's the keep, and then so. The keep is where you store like this incredible wonder and love for all of the world and people and things, but like your autism is the keep outside, and there's no way to get through. Like, it's an impenetrable fortress built on a hill in the middle of Mordor. There's a lake of fire around it.
Yeah.
So, but when you get drunk, you just open up the gates and you allow visitors, like the Mormon temple when it first opens, and you can see like, oh, dude, Mac like loves and stuff, but like if he exposed the heart of his fortress, someone could destroy it, so he doesn't.
It's come close before.
Yeah. Someone made it through the inner walls, and you had to fight a last stand, fucking Henry V style. Little Shakespeare reference for those of you in the know.
It'd be so sick if I was a sad drunk Latino man just stumbling.
Dude. Ay, mi corazón.
Dude, maybe I need to date a Latin woman so I can unlock that experience.
I think she would unlock. I think if you date a Latin woman, it'll just unlock the anger inside of you.
Oh, okay.
No, that wouldn't work. You would be the perfect guy for a Latin woman. I think you're. I mean, like, obviously, you're built for that.
That's my DNA.
Yeah, it's your DNA. You're built for it.
But I got the switch where I'm like, I gotta create new people, like those Chinese guys in Africa.
Yeah,
I know what a Latino, because I'm half already though. But I'm like, I want to invent a whole new human, something weird. I'd be like Captain Kirk. I'm like, let me fuck this green thing. You gotta see what's up.
Yeah, you gotta fuck a girl from Dagestan. That would be the thing that makes no sense.
Like, she has like a unibrow, and
she's
the most beautiful woman ever, but has a unibrow.
Yeah, she's a Slavic Muslim, so you're just like, and then she's part Latino, like your son is Latino Slavic Muslim. That'd be crazy. He'd probably be so strong. It'd be nuts how strong he was. The whistle thing. Do you remember the whistles? They sold them at Tom's Shoes.
They're just necklace whistles.
No, they were a part of a cause. You bought the whistle to support the cause.
You wore the whistle on your necklace to show everyone that you're like, I'm a good person.
Yeah.
Like me with my Livestrong. I am a good person.
Yeah. So the whistle.
I live strong.
You do live strong. The whistle was because they were like child soldiers. There are some child soldiers that are so young, they don't have a gun, so they send them to the front lines, and when they see the enemy, they just blow the whistle at them, which is so funny. First of all, that's not real. You've seen photo. If you could hold a gun, you get to have one. That's how that works when you're a child soldier.
I have seen like 10-year-olds holding AK-47s.
Also, the idea that you would send fodder with whistles. What tactical? That doesn't make sense. That's never. Maybe that one kid with a whistle one time. Maybe but probably not even.
So you're saying
some reporter probably saw a kid blow a whistle to initiate like an attack on an enemy position, and he was like, "The children are too young to have guns; they just have whistles." It's like, no, that's their officer. He has a whistle. He's in command.
Oh, and he was like, "I'll get all the other kids with guns."
Yeah. It's like
rally on my point.
Yeah.
So you think it was just some American businessman who was like, "I got a warehouse full of whistles."
I literally think that's what happened.
And I'm like, I gotta sell these.
Some guy was like, I'm gonna sell all these train whistles or whatever, and then it didn't work out, and he's like, who can I sell these to? And he's like, what about bleeding heart idiot liberals that want to help in Africa but don't want to do anything real about it?
What did the Livestrong bracelet? Was it for cancer? It was ball cancer, right?
Ball cancer, yeah, because he had ball cancer. He only had one ball, which again, he's on steroids. Yeah, he doesn't make enough testosterone anymore.
Yeah, you can buy them. You can buy them on eBay.
Are they worth a lot?
No.
They made so many, I can't imagine.
I bought like a 20-pack for like $10.
Oh, really?
I was giving them away.
Who would want them?
No one.
Yeah.
Except for me, because I think it's cool walking around with a Livestrong bracelet.
I think it's funny.
It's an anachronism.
It is an anachronism. I like that. Whatever happened to the shoe store Toms? They were so popular. They had like locations everywhere. Everyone was like, they're competing with Vans. I think it's because they were made so terribly.
They're still around, but yeah, I remember seeing it was usually white women walking around with them.
Yeah.
Are those the shoes that are in the reject pile at the child labor store in China?
That is also
they were like just cardboard and like burlap.
Because they were like, we give a shoe to someone in Africa every time you buy one. So I'm like, but who made them? Was it a child that made? So a child in Vietnam sewed up my shoe. A child laborer made me a shoe that then you give to a child in Africa so he can have a shoe while he does child labor to get our, what do they put in batteries? Lithium. So he can mine lithium wearing the shoe that another child made. Capitalism fucking sucks.
No, the government sucks. You know what I found out?
Oh no. What this time?
I think we don't need to mine lithium and cobalt and all that shit out of the mines.
Yeah.
Because someone found in the middle of the ocean, middle of the Pacific Ocean, there's all these rocks like that have just been calcifying and like getting all the lithium, cobalt, and all the minerals we need.
Yeah.
And it's just like 10,000 square miles of just rocks that we have to go and pick up. And these companies are making giant crawlers. Like they look like they're just basically thresher, like big John Deere thresher robots that they have to waterproof.
Yeah.
They lower down like a couple miles in the ocean and they just have like vacuums and suck up all these little rocks. They're like they call them nodules.
Yeah.
And you just do them all that. And so it's in the middle of the ocean, so no one really can claim land on it. So there's some like world organization.
Oh, and I can't wait till the fucking underwater battles begin.
Every country basically in the world has rights that are already like, it's just a race to develop these undersea robots to go do it, except for America. Our dumb environmentalists are like, no, the rocks, it's going to disturb the deep sea ocean creatures that live there.
The deep sea, the guy with the little light on his head and the teeth. Dude, I'm vegetarian and I love the environment. I think being an eco-terrorist is cool, but fuck that fish, dude. Go get the lithium. Go get the lithium, dude.
Yeah, it's apparently like everything you need to make batteries is just naturally
down there
occurs in this one little thing, and then it's just like, yeah, we could just go grab them. It's just you have to pick them up off the ocean floor, which we all became experts in this weekend.
Yeah, dude.
So funny.
They fully exploded.
No, they imploded.
Well, when you there, firstly, they explode also. And for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction.
You implode first, and then you explode from the forces of implosion.
Yeah. So I'm not wrong. And you're also not wrong.
No, I'm more right because I said I know the order of operations.
It doesn't matter. You still explode even if you also implode.
Not always.
Their matter imploded and then exploded.
Yes.
So there we go.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Submarine. That was fun.
Dude, did you see that they like screwed the flat screen monitor into the side of the carbon?
That's not real. That was like the interior.
Yeah, the interior is a carbon weave. There was no barrier. They literally...
There was probably like a felt carpet barrier or something.
That doesn't matter. They literally screwed it into the carbon.
Sure. That was just some guy on
Why
Twitter
are you
making
defending them? It blew up.
It did blow up.
So like they're obviously they would do that.
They might do that. I don't know if that's
Mac.
Well, you're just
they had a Logitech controller.
You're spreading misinformation.
I'm not spreading misinformation. I'll show you a photo right now.
I saw the photo, but we don't know if that was directly on the thing of the submarine.
You would see that it's carbon with your eyes.
That wasn't the wall.
That was the wall.
Anyways, it blew up and it was very funny. And it was very funny, everyone's reaction, because I liked it. It was the submarine exploding was one of the best days on Twitter, and it lasted for like 3 days. Sorry, I said exploding, imploding.
Yeah, dude. See how you are.
I mixed up the pronouns of the type of disaster. The disaster. It was so fun on Twitter. It was like when Trump got COVID. Yeah, where everyone is just everyone was making jokes. Everyone was going through the internet. There was another day that was like that, where it was just the funniest day. Every single one. Those few days on Twitter when everyone's just firing on all cylinders. Everyone's coming together to make fun of one thing. And my favorite part was the people be like, "It's not funny, you guys. 5 people died." And
I had people be mad at me for talking about it on Instagram.
What's funny is people were like, "It's okay. They're billionaires. We can laugh at them." And I'm like, why is that make it okay to laugh at them? I think that's a lame excuse, because it's like he has a lot of money. I gotta make fun of the way he died. It's like, how about if you die in a funny way?
No,
if you're poor, you're rich, I don't care. If you die in a funny way, I'm going to make fun of you.
If you were a legit explorer in a legit submarine that blew up, I might make fun of you, but also I respect you. I don't think you understand. I actually, for real, just hate rich people the way a racist would. I'm like a bad person. So I actually think they're subhuman.
Okay, but see,
I'm being evil.
I know.
Oh, okay.
And so here's the problem with that.
Like,
when you do that, then you allow for, because like racist people, they'll hear just the worst racist joke. Yes. And they'll be like, "That's funny." And it's like, no, it's not. That's the joke from the 1700s that still stinks.
When you troll, you empower people who are full of hate, like us. And that's something you just have to deal with.
Sure, but I'm saying...
you have to deal with us being hateful.
I'm saying I'm better than everyone, because I'll laugh at poor people dying.
Oh, I laugh at poor people dying all the time.
Rich people
We've
die.
laughed at many poor people dying on this podcast.
If someone dies in a funny way, I'm going to laugh. But don't come to me and be like, "It's not funny." And don't be like, "It's funny because of it." No, it's funny because it is what it is. Sure. It's not funny.
Well, you have to realize being a billionaire makes it funnier because you paid $250,000 to go in a leaky submarine and blow up. There we go.
See, no one brought that up.
Oh, I think that might be implied, but you're probably right that the people who are saying that to you don't think it.
Dude, if James Cameron died in a submarine accident, I would be so sad.
Here's what you do to get those people's goats who said that to you. They go, "It's funny that it's a billionaire." You go, "Yeah, I wish Rihanna had been on it. I wish Rihanna was one of the billionaires on the submarine that blew up." And they'd be like, "What about her?" No.
That would really hurt my feelings.
I know. It would hurt their feelings too, because they hate billionaires, but they love a girl boss.
What if Kanye was on the submarine and people were like swimming down? I'd be the first guy to save him.
Oh, fuck,
because Kanye is one of the good billionaires.
How funny is it that the U.S. Navy was like, "We knew, we heard it blow up, like we didn't care, we couldn't tell you because we didn't know what it was at first. We didn't want to fucking freak everybody out."
I think they knew what it was.
No, they knew what it was, but like they were just like, "Hey, we just needed to make sure and check it out." Also, they don't want people to know the name of the technology can hear it. It's it bounces like sonar waves off the underground so that it can hear silent submarines.
Yeah, it's that. They don't want to reveal that they know information unless it's absolutely critical.
Yeah.
But how many things do you think happen every day that our military is just like, keep an eye on that?
Oh, all the time.
There's just shadow wings of shadow governments just out there. I think you know how a lot of UFO sightings go into the water? I bet there was a UFO right next to the submersible that imploded that was just watching it implode. And they're like, Damn, that sucks. I bet you wish you had a cool $1 billion UFO. It just flew away. They probably got footage of it.
Damn.
Doing weird government research.
There was a French ship that had a little guy down that deep too that was near them, but it was an unmanned one. So it like went down, and that's the one that found them and was like, oh, there they are. Just swam back up. Like, hey, what if you didn't put a guy in there? But I don't think that, could they see out of the portal?
Yeah, the front window.
Yeah.
The front window was rated. So the guy, this is where everyone was making fun of him for going woke and going broke.
Yeah.
Because he had like a quote in one of the interviews. He's like, I didn't want my company to be a bunch of 50-year-old white guys.
Yeah, he did literally say that. He said that because Submariners, like a lot of the undersea adventure companies hire former submariners.
Former Navy guys.
Well, yeah, guys who are submarine experts.
Because I don't know.
From all over the world, not just America. And then he's like, but if you hire those guys, your company's going to be full of 50-year-old white guys.
Well, he did hire one and then fired that guy when the guy was like, hey, this shit ain't safe.
Yeah.
So he fired him. And then after that, it all blew up and it was very funny. But
the carbon they bought that they weaved the submarine out of was Boeing didn't want it. They bought it on discount from
really?
Boeing. Yeah. Boeing was like, hey, this carbon isn't rated high enough for what we're going to use it for. And this company was like, we'll use it to weave a submarine. They were like, all right, we guess.
Honestly, not the worst death.
No. As far as deaths go, you're on an adventure and then you die instantly. I guess that's fine.
That's fun.
And everyone makes fun of you. That's kind of, you bring joy to a lot of people.
How much joy did they put into
a lot
of joy in the world? That is a thing people don't.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Because if they'd gone the rest of their lives, no one would have got to make all those jokes. No one would have learned about submarine. He like boosted submarine interest, and everyone's talking about the ocean.
Dude, I love submarine videos. I watch every submarine combat video that pops up on YouTube.
What?
And yeah, of course. And
I don't know about this.
Yeah, dude, I love naval combat. You know that.
I thought above. I didn't know if you had
all of it,
submarine.
Dude. Yeah,
fetish.
man, all of it. I'm way into it. That's why. Anyway, and then so I've seen a bunch of cool videos about submarines where I'm like, yeah, dude, let's go. Get me more submarine videos.
Yeah, so I guess.
Yeah, submarining is crazy.
But here's the one thing I don't get. I get climbing Mount Everest. I get being going up to space.
Yes.
That's what's going to happen. I get going down in a submarine.
Yeah.
That's cool. I don't get seeing Titanic.
I don't get that either, dude.
It's like, hey, do you want to, like, I'm trying to think of what's the biggest vehicle. Hey, Gravedigger, the monster truck, it broke down in the middle of Iowa, but it's 100 miles off road. So you have to drive 100 miles in the middle of nowhere to go see Gravedigger, the biggest car ever. Or I guess
I would do that, actually.
Was Bigfoot bigger? They had bigger tires. No, it was the
biggest one?
They had the giant blue monster truck.
I don't remember.
But it's like, okay, it broke down. I don't need to see it. You can show me a photo. I don't need to see it with my own eyes. I
think there are cooler wrecks to even look at. The Titanic is like I want to, like, you could look at battleships or like ancient Roman warships or like all kinds of shit. But instead, it's just you can actually dive into the water with a fucking scuba gear and literally go inside of a wooden warship and explore it. That's fucking gangster.
That is cool.
But instead, you want to sit in a little pod and look at like.
I don't get the appeal of that Titanic. I like James Cameron. Why is he obsessed with the Titanic?
He's not.
Oh, you think it's a cover?
Well, no, he's not obsessed with the Titanic. He went to the lowest point of the ocean ever. He didn't go to see the Titanic.
Oh, you think the Titanic was just by the way?
Yeah. He just made that movie. He's obsessed with the ocean in general. Like, he is the man who's been the deepest in the ocean, but he wasn't anywhere near the Titanic.
I don't think he's been the deepest.
Yeah, he's the deepest.
I thought it was two dudes in that other thing.
No, he broke the record. He's the guy. Yeah, unless they broke his record. I bet
he broke the record. Who's gonna check down there?
Okay, that's a really good point. Oh, fuck.
I went the deepest. No, you didn't. Prove it. That is a crazy record to like try and prove. I went down the furthest. How could we tell? I don't know. Just trust me.
The instruments that don't lie.
The instruments I built, my hand-built submarine. No, you know what? I think the moon landing happened. I don't think the going down to the bottom of the sea. I don't think the Titanic happened. That's my new conspiracy. I don't even believe it. I think it's all CGI. What are they doing down there?
Oh, apparently Jacques Picard and Lieutenant Walsh. I thought that fucking James Cameron went the deepest.
No, those two guys went the deepest in their giant. If they have a giant red submarine, I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, hold on. I'll tell you the name of it.
The Challenger Deep.
It's a fucking sick name for a submarine.
No, I think it has a different name. But they were talking. They're going all the way to the bottom of the ocean. They're like, we can hear the sub breaking. Do we want to go for the record? They're like, yeah, whatever. We don't care. It was creaking.
Oh, James Cameron just also went down there, so they're tied. Apparently,
I went down to the same spot.
I did.
Trust me,
I did. and see the Jean. At least the two French guys went together,
and they cooperated.
He went by himself. Yeah, we believe you, James.
He's just.
What if James is so rich that he's like, I can only come if I see the bottom of the ocean?
That would suck.
Yeah, dude.
I mean,
imagine the rich guy fetishes you could have where you're like, I can't come unless 8 women watch me fuck 8 other women or something.
That's what I have.
Oh, really?
I would love to do that.
That's a tough one, dude.
That would make me so happy. But you know the people who like fall in love with the Eiffel Tower?
Yeah.
And then like, oh, I'm in love with a roller coaster. Imagine seeing the Titanic and you're like, ah, shit. That's what I get a boner for.
Oh.
I have to pay a guy $250,000 to see my girlfriend I can't even touch.
Well, okay, what about this, though? You can go see the Titanic's sister ship, and she looks exactly the same.
I could tell. I could tell.
Damn.
Yeah, falling in love with the Titanic would... That's the only excuse. If that was the reason why, he's like, I can't get hard unless I'm looking at the Titanic. I'd be like, Godspeed, brother. I support you.
Dude,
and
all
the
weird guys on the submarine, let's get back to back. So they can't see each other. They're all jacking off.
Quit hogging the window. It's my turn. If that was the real reason, I would understand.
I think it'd be cooler.
It would be cooler. It would be
then
respectable.
Just be like, I looked at the Titanic. Okay. And what?
Yeah.
I saw.
Do you get to carve your name into it? That would be fun.
Okay, I guess.
Carve your name on the side, like you have a little poker robotic arm to carve like a bad word into the side. I'm like, hey, don't do that. Who's going to stop me? I'm the only guy down. You should have to leave something at the bottom of the ocean to prove you were there.
Oh, okay. Kind of like how they put that mirror on the moon so you can bounce a laser off of it.
Yeah.
That's a sick idea. Good for them for being like, people aren't going to believe this. Fuck you. We're going to do something so that you can actually physically see we were here. Like, but from Earth.
You have to put like I don't know what it would be, because it couldn't be heavy, because then it would just be drugged down. People just go to the top and drop stuff. You'd almost have to like have like another, like a steel balloon hovering.
But what stops you from just dropping it down there and being like, I went, go look, it sank down there.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a good question.
Remember Sea Lab 2021?
It was one of the best shows
ever.
It
was one of the best shows ever. Damn, dude. I want to live in Sea Lab.
Original Adult Swim.
When I was a kid, I was obsessed with like being underwater.
Like in the bathtub, or
no, like the idea of living in like an underwater like environment
in Sea Lab,
like Rapture from fucking Bioshock. Yeah, I just thought that was so cool. And then Sea Lab came out, and I was like, well, this is mostly funny. It's not really about my fantasy of living under the ocean.
You want to live under the sea.
I'd just be like an explorer under there. I don't know. It's just like it's like an environment like space that's even crazier to me. Because it's so much more dangerous than space, I think.
You think?
Well, because there are creatures.
You think the sea... that's one of those... I don't know if the sea is more dangerous.
I think it is. Or because we have explored less of the ocean than space. Yeah, but you can't look at it.
We haven't gotten that deep into space.
I mean, it is in terms of like what space is as compared to the ocean, yes.
Yeah.
You're correct. But I don't know, man.
That was a funny one of the best factoids. Was more people have been in space than they have been down in the Titanic.
Yeah.
People are like, yeah, we're not saving them.
Yeah.
They're dead.
Yeah. I love the.
If they were in space, we might be able to save them.
Yeah, we could go get something. We could send like a little guy to go get them.
Yeah,
but
we
this
got
is
some
fucking
rockets.
crazy, dude.
Call up Elon and be like, hey, fire up your rocket. We're gonna try something.
Yeah, dude. They're just down there. The Titanic Wreck +5. Because all the people who died from the Titanic, they got pulled down with it. That's their grave. They're all down there. They're all crushed into nothing now, but still.
I think I don't know how many bodies made it down there.
That's the thing. I think quite a few went down in the ship.
Yeah, but they're fish. All the weird fish have
Yeah.
already eaten
The fucking
through them.
weird fish ate them. Yeah, dude. Still, that's technically your grave. So, some new people for the Titanic people to hang out with. If
No,
ghosts are real.
I don't think they made it down there. I think it imploded and all their mush got ate up by
chummed by like regular fish.
Just right, yeah.
How far does anyone know how far they got? Did they see it before they died?
That would be nice.
That would be nice.
That would be very nice to be like, oh, it's the thing I love.
That one dude who brought his son.
Yeah, how would you like to be smushed against your dad instantaneously and die?
Dude. What if you were facing his butt when you got imploded, so it sucked his butt onto you, and you fucked your dad when you died? Oh, it sucked, dude. Well, it was 5 dudes gay. They all went together.
Fellas, is it gay to be imploded into another man?
Yeah, dude.
Some would say that's the most intimate thing you could experience.
True.
Turning into mush.
It's just a 5-way mush, dude. Oh, man. Just your dicks all smashed together. Very cool. Yeah. I don't know.
It's so funny.
It is so wild. Just watching it, I'm like, oh, okay. Did you see the YouTube video of the guy who did go down in that submarine?
I was going to say, if it was 5 beautiful women, I would not be making any jokes.
No, it's terrifying. It's horrible. Can you imagine how their families would feel?
I would stop everyone needs to stop. We need to every human needs to search for these women.
We got to find all the pieces of the wreckage so we can bury it and give these queens what they deserve, dude.
No, I would keep looking. I'd still be out there looking right now. It was women on that submarine.
Fuck, dude. Remember when the news had the oxygen countdown?
That was sick.
Dude, I was like, whoa, this is fucking crazy. I never believed that they were alive. I was like, that submarine blew up, dude. I knew it from day one. There's no way that they're just sitting down there like waiting to be rescued.
What would you do? You knew you're trapped in a little tube. Would you start killing the other guys?
Maybe,
because it's like I think
that's happened to a couple like people. One of the very first submarines ever, they got trapped, and they, instead of suffocating, they opened the hatch so they would drown.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was the Confederate Army.
They had a vote. They're like,
yeah, the Confederate Army that had the first working submarine that scored a hit against a ship in the United States Civil War.
Had subs back then?
They had the first one, yeah. And like 9 guys had to like power the propeller, and then there was a captain. That's it. And they were they put like a long stick on the end of and the submarine could only go like 30 feet underwater.
That makes more sense than we're like.
It makes way more sense.
No, but it's like, we're going to get in a sub to go down and see the Titanic. I'm like, why? If someone was like, we're going to get in a sub that's hand powered because we're racist, I'm like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I see why you would do that.
I do get it.
But the guys, we're going to look at a sunken ship. I'm like, is it okay, it's a cool one?
Yeah.
Is it in a battle? Nah, it was just really big. Sure.
So they went into it, and you have to like crank it, and they only had as much oxygen as was in there. So you could only dive for a little bit, do your thing, and then get away. So they dove. They had a long stick attached to the front of the sub with the explosive on the front of it, and you stick it to the ship, and then it blows up, and then you just kind of make your escape before the ships can fuck you up. And so
how scary would that be? if you're on your ship and then suddenly you just explode, you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You don't even know submarines exist yet.
Yeah. You were like,
that's cheating.
We're being attacked by the ocean. Like the fish have bombs. So they hit one of the a Union boat and they blew. I don't know if they sank it, but they scored a hit. And then
it'd be so funny if. Do you hear something?
Yeah.
No. And then they're just down there dying.
And then the petty officer, as they were escaping, they like looked to like see the damage of the ship before they went away, and they started to dive, and he thought that they had initiated a dive, so he closed the hatch. And but they didn't. They just started sinking, and then they went to the bottom. And he's like, "I thought we dove because if he had left the hatch open, they could have swam out."
Yeah.
But so they were down at the bottom, and they were like, "There's no way we could swim to the top. Like we would all die
because they're 30 feet down.
Because they're super far. Well, they were farther than 30. But
okay.
Yeah. They sank because they sank. And so the reason we know that they died that way is because it wasn't sealed anymore. They opened the hat. They like opened the thing so that it would flood. So they opened the bilges. I don't know how it works, but they all drowned because drowning's way faster than suffocating. So they literally like just basically all sat together and like shook hands and were like, "Hey, good job, boys. See ya in the afterlife," and just drown. So it's fucking crazy.
I wouldn't go out that way.
I wouldn't want to go out that way either, but drowning would be better than suffocating. Do you know how they figured out how much oxygen they had on the ship? They just went down and waited to see what would happen, and then they all started suffocating and they surfaced before they died, and they were like, "That was really terrible."
Is it?
Yeah. Oh, and they had to have like candles and shit down there so they could see. Dude, it's the worst. A Civil War submarine. Like, hey, dude, wait until the technology is there, man. What the fuck? What
just
are you
have
doing?
A snorkel tube.
The snorkel tube.
Yeah, just do that.
2 big ones that come out the side. That's honestly, dude. Listen, had you been there, you could have been like, "Hey, boys, what if we just dove only deep enough to the?" If they see a snorkel tube, they're not going to think we're about to be blown up.
Mm-hmm.
Though, if I was a Union naval officer and I saw a snorkel tube, I'd be like, "Someone throw something into it and see what happens."
Just go piss down it.
Yeah.
Make them all really angry. Wow, submarines.
Submarines
They're
are
pretty
terrifying.
cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
I hope we keep doing stuff.
Dude, also, how American is, of course, submarines are us. We invented them, but the Germans made them what they are today.
I saw on British television, I don't know who it was some newscaster, because this lady's like, oh, because I think the billionaire was British or something. I'm not sure. One of them was probably. Yeah. And so these talking heads on Fox News Britain or whatever are just like, being like, America has the resources to go save them. Why have they not done it yet?
That's so funny.
Like,
hey.
Shut up, bitch.
Shut up.
We'll say we have all the resources in the world. We'll do what we want when we want. You don't tell us shit. Also, your submarine's been dead for 4 years.
Yeah.
That's why we're not looking. That is like a thing. The Coast Guard is just funded by taxpayers. And if you get trapped at sea, they'll just go save you if they think they could do it.
Yeah.
Which seems like a nice service.
It is.
And people are like, oh, so just billionaires? And I'm like, yeah, it's not. It's also, it is mostly white people getting lost in the woods. It's like Coast Guard. What is the search and rescue?
Yeah.
It's nice to know that someone might look for you if you get lost. Maybe.
If I get lost, probably not.
No, if you're a man.
Yeah. You're so many dudes just go into the woods and never come out. People are like, yeah, whatever.
He probably wants to be lost.
What if
we don't want him? He probably went in the woods because he doesn't want to be found.
But if a woman would never. Yeah. If you're like a hot woman who has a YouTube channel or something, people will come looking for you.
Yeah.
It's that Patrice joke.
Yeah, the Patrice joke.
Yeah, if you're a black person, don't get lost in the woods. That's why there's terrified of camping, because if they get lost, no one's coming for them. Dude, sorry about that, guys. I'm not a search and rescue person. I think it's fucked up.
Yeah, they should look
search for everybody. Yeah, they don't, but they should. But at least they search for some people. It's better than 0 people.
It is better.
If you get lost in Siberia, I don't think anyone's coming for you ever. You're fucked.
Yeah, America rules. Once again, we've come to the same conclusion every single podcast. America, for all of its faults, is still pretty sick.
Honestly, that is what's so sad.
It could be better, but
it could be magnitudes better, and it's still better than most places. And you're like, fuck. Oh no. Oh man.
We just need RFK to become president and then emperor.
Dude,
I've set everything straight.
I've seen so many people so mad at him. Liberals are already doing the like Joe Rogan and RFK or fucking Spotify's profiting from them pushing conspiracy theories that are going to destroy the world.
I listened to that full episode.
What did he even say? I didn't listen to it. I might listen to it today.
No,
actually,
it's not.
Is it tame?
It's very tame. He basically spends like an hour or two talking about like vaccine. Like he's not anti-vax. He's just like, hey, what are we doing here? Let's look into it. And he's also saying like, hey, the COVID vaccine was rolled out really fast, kind of crazy. Fauci's the devil.
I mean,
and my problem is, I'm like, come on, man, why are you talking about this kitty bullshit vaccine? I want to talk about the CIA, the Illuminati. I know you got dirt on that.
Yeah.
Everyone's just gonna throw it like, oh, no one wants to listen to anti-vax stuff. I want to hear what the real nitty-gritty of the government is.
Interesting.
It's always whatever. He'll never be president.
What was it, like 40 new billionaires were created in the pharmaceutical industry from...
Vaccines are good, Shayne, and you shouldn't question where the money goes.
I think that the two things can be real. I think vaccines can be good, and that you could be like, hey, this seems bad that these guys behave this way.
That is his like main point.
If there's billions of dollars to be made every time something bad happens with health, there's no incentive to keep us healthy.
That's basically his point, but I'm like, you shouldn't have you lead with all of your anti-war stuff. You lead with like 9/11 and the industrial war complex, and then how the government, the CIA is bad, and then you kind of slip in a little bit of your like also anti-vax stuff. We should look into that.
I think you should do the Bernie Sanders and just say what you're going to do and not what you don't like. No. This is my plan. This is what I'm going to make better. But a lot of people are like, tell me what you dislike. Like, Trump didn't really have solutions, but he talked about everything he fucking hated.
Build the wall. That was the solution to everything.
Yeah, but he didn't have a plan
jobs,
for it.
He's going to keep all the illegals out. No one has a plan when they become president. They say that they're going to do.
Yeah, they say they have a plan, and then, they do not follow through.
And then you become president, you're like, all right, how do I steer this ship? And they're like, you don't have any control.
Yeah.
You are a mouthpiece for the shadow government, and we're going to release these embarrassing photos of you that aren't even real anymore. They're AI generated of you on Epstein's island, unless you do exactly what we say. And you're like, shit. I wanted to change the world.
Damn.
Well, if you're going to ride in a submarine, now you know not what to do. Submarine safety is probably going to be at an all-time high.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be safer than ever to be in a submarine. This time next year, go to the Titanic. It'll be ready.
Now's the time to see it. Ticket prices are probably cheap.
Oh, dude, because if this is something you've always wanted to do, now is the time.
Now is the time because everyone's going to be checking their T's and P's and Q's.
We should here's the time, because I bet you stock in ocean exploring is way down. It's gonna go back up.
It always does.
We should fucking invest.
We should buy a submarine.
In a submarine.
I'm down. Fund your underwater lust for living in the
we
water.
could live in it. We could just live in the submarine, Battlestar Galactica style, and just surface for supplies and then go back down.
I would hate that. I need to live in the woods.
Oh, that's right. You don't want to live in I think living in a submarine in my mind sounds really cool because I have like a compartment that's like a little forest and like a library and shit. Like,
what are you talking about?
Not Most Extreme Gentlemen. What's the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen? They have a submarine. The Thousand Leagues Under the Sea guy, and his submarine is like super fucking sick.
I never saw that movie or read the book.
I was going to say it's the comic book here that I'm referring to. The movie's also good though. You'd like the movie. It's very bad.
Okay.
The Invisible Man is in it, and Dorian Gray. What's your superpower? I can't die unless you look at my painting of my weird body. Oh, okay. Cool.
Oh, don't spoil it.
Everyone knows Dorian Gray.
I don't know Dorian Gray.
You don't know who Dorian Gray is?
I thought he was the anatomy book guy.
What?
Like Grey's Anatomy.
Oh,
like Dorian. I thought Dorian Gray like drew all the pictures of people.
No.
I thought he was like chopping up people. So like that's what a heart looks like.
Maybe
I'm gonna draw it.
I don't know about that part. I just know Dorian Gray, the fictional character, in his like curse, and then Sean Connery's in the movie, and his superpower is that he's Sean Connery. That's it. He's just Sean Connery. Oh, and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is also there.
Wait, who the fuck is Dorian Gray?
Dorian Gray is a fictional character that is cursed.
Irish writer Oscar Wilde.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm thinking of.
I don't know what you're thinking of either.
I still feel bad. My tummy hurts.
Oh, no. All right. We'll take some Tums, motherfucker.
All right, well.
All right, everyone. Are we at the end of the podcast?
We can be.
Okay. Hey, support us on patreon.com/cowboyboys. We appreciate everyone who does that immensely. For $5 a month, you can get every week you get 2 episodes. 2.
If you don't pay, you only get 1 episode.
Yeah. So
it's this episode.
That's on you if you don't. But if you want more, it's great and you should do it, and it helps us and we love it. What's the other thing? Oh, ShayneSmithComedy.com for tour dates. I'm in Minneapolis this week. Come out and see me. I'm in Vegas, Portland, Delaware, fucking all over the place, man. I'm doing it. Come see me do comedy. Please, I'm begging you. No, the shows have been so good. Shout out to everyone who've come to them. I haven't had a bad show yet. They've all been packed. They've all been so full of so many nice people. So many Patreon people have said hello. Thank you, everybody. Someone brought me donuts in Austin. That was so nice. A bunch of people wore shirts.
Did you eat them?
Yeah. Fuck it, dude.
They're inside of you right now.
I know it. Yeah.
They're weird.
I've got some lady goo in me
their
for
hair
sure.
and nail clippings.
Oh, 1,000,000,000,000,000%.
Were the donuts good?
Yeah.
And I see that's one of those things. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, I know. Me too, dude. Fuck it.
If you hide your weird fetish and I don't notice, that's the problem with what I was drinking last night. I couldn't even taste the alcohol.
Oh,
so I'm like, this is great.
That's the problem. All right, everyone. That's it for me. Come see me on tour. Support us on Patreon if you love us. And yeah, that's it. Yeehaw, everybody.
Yeehaw.